Recorded live at the V3 TV studio in sunny England, it's the Vaughn Joseph Show.
All the ugly people be quiet. But before we get this party started right, hey Cash, tell the
People of Earth, it's your host, Vaughn Joseph. What's up, you guys? Thanks for tuning in with me tonight. I really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule and coming to hang out with me. Ha! So, Vaughn Joseph here in the house. Thanks for tuning in, as I said. Pithy podcast night, you know, get you in, get you out quick and on your way with your life. So let's keep it brief, concise. I can't even speak English today. Brief and concise, and get you back on with your life. So, something weird happened to me today, or something not weird, but something new, different. 2017 has been amazing. It's almost 2 weeks into the year already, and something totally out of the ordinary happened to me just today. So, as you know, or may not know, but I'm going to tell you now, so you will know, because if you don't know, now you know. So I do a little acting, right? Voiceover stuff. I've done like BBC Radio 1. I've done all kinds of stuff. Not really that much, but certain things I've done. So I do voiceovers for BP. So if you do corporate stuff, or you're going to get a job at BP and you want to learn about insurance and you're sitting in that room watching those boring videos, that's me, my voice with a little cartoon. Anyway, so I did film and I do TV as well. But I was fortunate enough to get a small part on Doctor Who, which is huge here in England. It's like Doctor Who, the Queen, and you know, double-decker buses and fish and chips. That's what's up over here. So I've been brought into the fold that is England, and I got a letter today in the mail, you know, and I get the letter, and it says fan mail on it. I don't want to put my address on there, but it says fan mail on the top with my name, and I was like, fan mail, that's pretty cool. This is weird. So I've never gotten fan mail before. I thought it was for maybe this show or something, because I don't know how they got this address, but it came from a guy, and he was a fan of Doctor Who, and he wanted my autograph. So he took a picture off of our Spotlight, which is like IMDb for all you people back in the States and California, especially, whatever. And he sent me this long, like, letter. Like, it's like long, like 4 pages of this, talking about how he likes Doctor Who and all this other great stuff. So pretty cool. You know, I thought it was pretty cool. He sent a letter to my agency and I wanted my autograph. So I was like, yeah, 27 is off to a great start, you guys. Fan mail, I love it. Keep it coming. Hit us up, and you can go to the website v3tv.uk if you want to see the address where you want to send us some love. As long as you can even send a hate letter, like, I hate your show, it sucks. You know, that's great. As long as we get an interaction, I love it. So I'm going to send an autograph back to this guy. It was pretty cool. Like I said, Pithy Podcast, keeping it brief and to the point for you guys tonight. As we said, it is the second week in January. So President Barack Obama is on his way out. He's got about another 9 days left as Commander-in-Chief before the inauguration of the Commander-in-Tweet, as some people call him, because President-elect Donald Trump seems to tweet quite a bit. So President Obama gave his farewell speech last night in Chicago. And he said the country is better off than it was 8 years ago. So clearly just everywhere else but Chicago, where he is from. So with nearly 4,000 deaths since Obama's taken office, Chicago's not really doing so great. They've got a murder rate that makes Detroit look like Disneyland. And before I go into this quick segment, as a lot of you know, was never a big supporter of Obama, but I'm not trying to bash the guy, but this is just what I saw, and this is what I do. I report what I see and what I feel. So Chicago is his home, you know. And as the president, I would have made sure that my hometown was like the shining example of my legacy, whilst in office. It's going to have lowest unemployment, lowest crime rate. It's going to have lowest everything, especially as I have to go back to that town after I'm out of office, right? That's my spot. That's what's up. So his legacy is the Affordable Health Care Act, or Obamacare, as a lot of people call it. That's going to be his apparent legacy, wouldn't you say? I think so. Yeah. So that's going to be dismantled once Trump takes office anyway. So that's really not going to matter that much. I don't think it's going to matter that much, especially with people having to pay above their premiums. They were told they're going to be able to keep their care providers, and they weren't. And the thing of it is that they wanted all these young healthy people, they were expecting to go on the health care plan, and they didn't, and all these sick people did, and now there's an imbalance. So being that I'm here in England, I can tell you a little bit about the free healthcare, national healthcare, but we'll talk about that on another show. So unfortunately, his legacy will be the Affordable Health Care Act, I think. So anyway, so he gave a speech, and man, his hair, I'm looking at the video, his hair is gray, but that's typical for people that are in the presidency, and they leave. That's typical fashion, isn't it? So they come in and they come out and they look like they've seen some stuff, they've heard some stuff. So Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2009, and meanwhile, the U.S. has dropped bombs on Iraq, Syria, Somalia, Libya, Yemen, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. I think all just in 2016 alone. So that's what you get the Nobel Peace Prize for. I don't understand that either, so I can't answer that. One of the producers off camera here is saying I don't understand. I don't understand it either. So American Special Operations Forces are now deployed in over 70% of the world's countries, you guys. 70%. That's insanity. There was also an executive order 8 years ago that was going to be put in to get rid of Gitmo. So Guantanamo Bay was a cornerstone of his campaign, that he was going to close it down, and that didn't happen either. So you can keep your healthcare provider, and didn't get to shut down Gitmo, and it was a big deal. There's still like 55 people still detained in Gitmo. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Don't get me wrong, Obama was probably the coolest president ever. He was like the Ricky Ricardo of the presidents that have preceded him. He played basketball. He liked Jay-Z. He smoked Newports. He was legit. So I don't know, whatever. But don't get me wrong. I'm just reporting what I've seen. So, but at least he did have that one program that was successful. It was called CARS, the Car Allowance Rebate System. So you might not know it as the Car Allowance Rebate System. You probably know it as Cash for Clunkers. Remember Cash for Clunkers back in, was it 2009? This was after the markets crashed and they were trying to re-stimulate the American economy. So they pumped in $5 billion they allocated to this program for you to turn in your piece of crap car or your clunker and buy another one to help stimulate the American automotive industry, because these places needed a bailout. So we gave them $5 billion to get you to buy cars. So you turn in your rust bucket, you go get yourself a new car. Nearly 50% of those sales from those new cars went to Japanese automakers. Oops. So yeah, that didn't really work out too well either, did it? So the Toyota Corolla was the top selling car during the Cash for Clunkers campaign. So, oh well, at least, he was a cool guy. I mean, he did some minor things. He did campaign for gays, but he didn't do much for the black community. Unemployment in the black community is bad. The jobs that were created were mostly fast food jobs. And yeah, I could go on and on and on, but I'm not here to bash anybody, but it seems like that. I'm just reporting what the facts are. In my opinion, I'm telling you what I've seen. So Chicago is nearly 2 people murdered a day. 2 people, South Side, I think it is bad. Flint, Michigan, they still don't have any clean water, and Nestle is still sucking it out of the Great Lakes, and they're getting it for free, sucking it out of their aquifers. So if you buy Nestle products, you know how I feel about Nestle products. I don't like you buying that. Sorry, Nestle, but you guys are doing bad stuff over there, especially when people in Flint don't even have any water. Speaking of water, 5.5 million people in Syria was Damascus. They don't even have running water. 5.5 million people, you guys. Water is now like a weapon of war in this country and other parts of the world at war. 5.5 million people. That's a lot of people that don't have running water. So we're going to do a show on water. Like I said about Nestle and the aquifers, you know, that they... I'm going to start to go off on a tangent. We're not going there. Staying focused. So anyway, I want to talk about North Korea as well. Anyway, North Korea has enough plutonium to make 10 nuclear bombs, apparently. And South Korea said Wednesday, a week after leader Kim Jong-un said it was close to testing and launching an intercontinental ballistic missile. So California, look out. They always talk about California's going to sink into the ocean. They think it's because of them earthquakes. It's because of them crazy North Koreans are going to blow that stuff up. So just be careful out there. I don't know what's happening in the world. I think it's going to get kind of crazy. The isolated communist state, which has carried out 5 nuclear tests already and numerous missile launches, is thought to be planning a nuclear push in 2017. And it's said that it seeks to develop a weapon system capable of hitting the U.S. mainland. Wow. So anyway, in lighter news, football. Football. You know I loves me some football. Right. So we're going to talk about something cool now, right? Enough of this political bumbo jumbo. Football season's over for people like me, because I'm from Detroit. Man, I tell you, these Detroit Lions make you want to lose mind, man. I lose my mind almost every Sunday. I'm like, Detroit, you guys suck. Anyway, it's football, it's sport, it's all fun, right? So I got a cowboy hat on, I got my duster on because I'm rooting for, am I rooting for Dallas? I should probably be rooting for Dallas. They were my original team, Tony Dorsett, back in the day, number 33. So, the season's over because I'm a Lions fan. The Lions ain't shit, so they haven't done anything. They haven't won a playoff game since like before Sanford and Son was on TV. It's crazy stuff. So all of the home teams in the wild card week, they won last week, and they won in convincing fashion. The away teams got blown out of the water, and they were not even there wasn't even a close game in that whole mix. They're not even one. So Aaron Rodgers and his Hail Marys. That guy's the man. I hate him because he's in our division. The Detroit was the only team that didn't even muster up a touchdown, you guys. They didn't even break 10 points, I don't think. Terrible. It was a terrible, terrible game. And we probably would have had to run into Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay again had we won somewhere down that grid, and we would have lost again. We lost to them, lost to Dallas, then lost to New York. So all those teams were in and moving forward, minus New York. So the divisional playoffs are set up. Seattle, we lost to Seattle, obviously, but they're going to play Atlanta on Saturday night. Seattle just killed Detroit. I think they'll have their hands full against Matt Ryan and company and Julio. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm going to take Atlanta just because Seattle beat the D. I don't want Atlanta to lose to Seattle, but Seattle's got a hell of a team, man. They're good. They're probably going to win, but I'm just picking just out of spite. Houston plays New England. Really? Yeah, whatever. Come on. Pittsburgh at Kansas City. This is going to be a great game to me. Give me Pittsburgh. Big Ben's been there for ages. Kansas City's good. They're really good. I really want them to win, I think Pittsburgh's going to pull that one off. Green Bay at Dallas. This is the Super Bowl to me. Green Bay at Dallas. That's the Super Bowl game right there. I can't call this one. It's going to be tough. Aaron Rodgers is... Man, I don't even know what's going on. This guy's on a whole nother level. But Dallas, Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, give me Green Bay. Green Bay and New England, that's the Super Bowl, in my opinion. So anyway, stay tuned for more amazing stuff, you guys, from the network on V3 TV. This is it. We're done for tonight. We've got new blogs coming from Ailing Zing and Stella Piccoli. It's on the networks. Check out v3tv.uk. We have something special coming from you in March. I can't tell you too much about it. Hopefully it'll be sooner, but I know by March. And, of course, we have Alfonso Rachel, you guys. from the Zoloft every Friday on the show, going in on what's going on out there in the world. So stay tuned to v3tv.uk, you guys. Check out our website. Email us at info@v3tv.uk if you have anything you want to see on the show. Check out all our other great shows like Vibes TV, Thoughts from LA to the UK, all the podcasts, all this great stuff. If you've got music, you guys, if you're musicians or you're comedians or you're actors, you want to get your stuff up, put your stuff up on the site, you guys. Don't always just chuck it up on YouTube. Put it on YouTube. Share your links on our site. It redirects right back to your YouTube page. It's brilliant. But our site is only for entertainers, so we're trying to set up a little side market here. So for when people want to see musicians, they want to see actors, they want to see comedians, they come to V3 TV. YouTube is good for learning how to get red wine out of your carpet and stuff like that. Anyway, Vaughn Joseph, I'm out. See you guys next week. Peace.